Jesus, another scene. All of the Mountain King. Oh, okay, I guess we're just going back to the Mountain King. Donald. You found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure what's worth it. Oh, soon the visitors will return. What have you found? They say you need to unplug it for it. Scrape the mold off. What? Oh, a bit of poem to rally the illustrious spirit. Of course. Well then, type away by all means. Do not hesitate. Type away. So they saw something. Did they see the spirits? Did she see the spirit? I don't. They did not seem happy about that at all. Seemed very creeped out by the whole thing, to be honest. Still not gonna talk to you, Roberta. I don't have the time. So you are a robot. I don't get why you're a robot, but I guess. Let's fix this thing. Okay. We're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. XANADU. A lot of seeds in this one. We typed it in, right? XANADU. End of the road. At end of road. Ooh. I don't think I've seen that place. You're standing at the end of the road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Check out the building. Building. Oh, so this is like a typing game. Inside building. Oh, that's creepy. No, thank you. Ah, no, thank you. You're inside the building, a storage shed for a National Park Service. There's a sensible modern electric lantern nearby. Get the lantern. Take him. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. North. Oh, can we not with that noise? That is creepy. Ooh. Is this weird stuff what you made, old man? You're in an open forest with deep valley to one side. Head south of that building. Climb tree. I don't think too much can be achieved by that. Sorry. Head back south to that building. Can we dig a hole? Dig hole. Can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in the forest. Hey, it's a maze. South. East. East. You're in the forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she's doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been capable of turning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitors, values, and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Maybe you have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. South. South. You're in the forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small grey kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Maybe he has something to say. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps, sounded like. Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on, from right to left. Long weary song, readily gone. Really gone. You beat a melancholy shovel through these words, Donald. I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech, and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punch cards. So, west. Oh, at edge of hole. Great. You are at edge of massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder is slipped under the strap of your back, digging comfortably against your collar. Shine lamp into hole. In the embers night now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole, where the rock is coated with a slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Well then screw it, let's go down the hall. The cave walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. You lose your footing and fall to your death. Well, that was great. The score was 0 out of possible 8,192. What? You may continue or quit. Continue. Try using a rope to climb down safely. Tie rope to tree, which ties snugly around the tree trunk, down. Your feet slip a few times on slimy rock, but remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. Okay. In bed quilt. This makes no sense. I'm so confused. You lost me, game. You were in Bedquilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula removed the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and began setting up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Setup gear. Only understood you as far as wanting to set the up above. Set the up above? Lula looks pensive. Ask where the treasure is. If we knew that, we wouldn't have set up down here. I know you think the environment will help our project, get us in touch with the deep romantic reverence of some kind of profound natural spookiness, but I was more comfortable in our lab. The university picked the worst time to cut our funding, typical institutional stinginess and academic politics. I mean, I felt we were getting really close to something. Anyway, I don't know if it's sustainable down here, you know, to live and work here together. What's the gear they're carrying? Ask Lula about gear. Sure. Donald, we may take as well. Sure, Donald, we may as well take inventory. I've got tape. It's all tuned up to the voice so we don't have to type so much. Joseph has a slate and the punch cards he's transcribed in from the poems we read to him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jeez. Hey Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial experience if you have time. You're not familiar echo from a tunnel to the east. Wire up generators. I appreciate it, Donald. I'm not much of an electrician, you know. You know that. There's a bunch of wires. His kitten curls up on a spool of cable. Listen, the three of us have a good thing for a minute, wouldn't you say? Up at the old place before it got ugly. I'm saying we came down here to work, to really do it. XANADU. And I mean, we've got to be rational about this, all three of us. We've got to put our feelings aside for a bit and be rational. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about Lula? Tell Joseph to back off. Joseph wipes his brow with a dusty sleeve. Seems Down here we're all strangers. Criminally strange. Interrupted by ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. Jesus! In the tunnels. Okay. Sorry I've not got much commentary, but I also realized that I'm sort of dying here because I haven't had any food yet. I'm actually starving to death as this episode keeps on going for infinity. We rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. That got kind of intense back there. No wonder they're still thinking about it. The tunnel narrows, soon you'll find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps of echo from the end of the tunnel. Some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens up into a large room. Okay. In the crystal room. Hi. Paper people. Ugh. Don't look at me like that. Weirdos. You're in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, ceiling are all covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! This isn't what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying. Presses a plastic button. The box whirls to life and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible and slows to a deep gurgle. Looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment, then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through the tunnel to the north. Lula flees to the tunnel to the northeast. Follow Joseph. Scrambles across outcrops of crystals as you struggle to follow him in the dark. He calls back breathlessly. What happened to Lula? Lula, you back there? Keep going. Joseph climbs to the cave into darkness, and you follow behind as best you can to keep up. In distance, you can hear the strangers return to their work, scraping the crystals. What? In bed quilt. Bed quilt. Holes everywhere. Hang for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Lula? Search for her. Search. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. You have to be more specific. I don't know, back outside? Search outside. You grab hold of your rope and slowly climb up. Your days lecturing on esoteric computer science topics did not prepare you to scale cave walls with a rope. Your evenings gathering with friends to roll dice and consult fancifully illustrated charts, however, prepared you for the likelihood that this climb would end badly. You carefully descend back into the cave. Down one of the tunnels? Search tunnel. You select the tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints on the remote cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Lula steps cautiously out from behind the computer equipment. Is it you? Or more shadows? XANADU is okay. Lula advances carefully. It really is you, isn't it? I got lost out here in the tunnels for a while. I thought I was running in circles. Some kind of labyrinth. Every rocky wall and floor looked the same. Finally I ended up here. I hid out for a bit, waiting for you. I heard voices, but I wasn't sure. Not after what I'd seen. While I was out here, I spent some time on the Zero. What? Why? Joseph, it's different than what we've heard. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work and to church. My most vivid memory is like a parade of images, like a walking dream, or a slide of lecture I'll never understand. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, and... Oh. Okay, I thought I was making something. Never mind. It's GRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Just seems agitated. What's up with Joseph? No, it's Lula. You've heard the same damn stories I have. There was the cathedral, Joseph. A cathedral! I'm not saying it's any ordinary highway. The cars that passed. The things that passed. Why have you got to be so damn fascinated, Luna? Why have you always got to? It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Whoa, 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 what? Stop, Joseph. You shout something at Joseph about the project you're working on together. You die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back here. Then we can hide from the strangers. You shout something about going deeper into the caves. Do you hear the voices? They're not. They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop, your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon, and I'm heading down the Zero. Well, I guess this is what happened, right? We went down in the Zero with her. Because, well, Donald is in the Zero. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Jesus, that was intense. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your relationship. Pretty thick. Just like Beto had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combining the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. Sardonic, what does that mean? What do you mean? Wordy. I had a guy who came into the shop once with a bunch of old radios and computers and stuff. Real junk. I think he collected it down alleyways or something. Anyway, it was all broken. He asked me if I could get the tubes out and clean them up. The vacuum tubes. So I pulled every vacuum tube I could find, threw the rest out, and I went over some rubbing alcohol and cleaned the leads. He used the nail polish remover on the glass. He did a pretty good job. He came back in the next day, and I laid it all out on a towel for him, so he could check it out. I got the towel from Aunt Ramito's. Like everything with her, it's really kind of nice, you know. It's kind of red. It has this gold embroidery around the edges. I guess it was a little too nice. The guy got all excited in the presentation. Kind of circled it and observed each tube from a distance, moving his head around in weird quick bobs like a pigeon. And then started just lecturing at nobody in particular about the history of vacuum tubes that he talked about now. We went on a few dates, but nothing really came of it. Turns out he was kind of boring. Wait, is this Lula or Donald? One of them might be killed. Finally! So this is where we are now. Jesus. After what may have been years, you stumble out of the tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spiral. This is where you'll set up your equipment and establish your legacy. So this is where he's been ever since. Now it's time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 0. You may hire a new research assistant. Assign assistants to a task or sleep until tomorrow. Hire new research assistant. Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Andrew, who studies in statistics. Assign new assistant to task. Assign. You may assign research assistant to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Debugging. Okay. Hire. No applicants. Try again later. Okay. Sleep. Time passes. Andrew widens. Wait, are we still in the game? Andrew widens tunnel slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance 1. Realism index. Romance index 0%. Mold coverage 9%. Hire new. Hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. Assigned task. Transcription. How many to transcription? 1. Typing 1. Hire new. Alright, begin drinking later. Sleep. Time passes. Andrew types up lurid imagery from a dream journal. Greasy black mold collecting on the computer equipment. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance 2. Realism index. Romance index. Mold coverage. This is so bizarre. And when is this episode gonna end? It's been an hour. Upload job advertisement to University Board to hire Rick. Studies library sciences. Okay. No wait. Ah, God, I wanted to sign it. Doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now is the time to continue your work. I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the zero. You may hire a new research assistant. Hire new. Job advertisement to the board. Hired Amy, who studies human-computer interactions. Sign. Speculation. 2. We will follow the strangers until she doesn't return, but neither do they. Now is the time to continue your work. So she's just gone? Maybe we have to lose or die something in order to start over. Smash the computer. Smash computer. Violence isn't the answer to this one. Maybe we have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass. Mold accumulates. Narcotic perfume. One night you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend. You really did go deeper into the caves. Premature end of the file. Pressing the key to quit. Huh. Lula? You really did go deeper in the caves. Well, you were easy not to find. Met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. This is what became of our project. Well, I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've made some blank spots to fill. Yeah, no. He published his version actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We found your doctor. Good. Yes, you're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like distillery. Have you been drinking? We've been looking for you. So you found the address data. Just pass it over to Donald here. I'll be a dear and crunch these numbers. Will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street named Collision Dogwood Drive. Wasn't Bureau going to process it? I insist. I have seconds to spare. I just pack my pipe and get to it. It should be about an hour or so, and it will carry it over. I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just market private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the Bureau from here? The bridge! Yes, the bridge. To the gate over there. Since middle. Oh. Now, 2. B2. Recited to history. Proceed into history. Good too. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the Bureau, and we'll get you on your way. Hit counterclockwise to the cathode ray. Turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. Between us, I think you should drive. rich? Oh, I can hear them playing again. Yeah, I know, I checked it. Just go. I want to hear them playing. Where are they? You get back in the truck. Oh, I could hear them playing. Okay, so where are we going? Hi again. Okay, so I think we need to go this way. Until we see what? It was until we saw the castle ray. Okay, so sorry, I just took a tiny break to look up some things and figure out some things. Or the cathode ray, and then just clockwise until I find the bureau. But I learned a thing. These episodes are not consistent length. The acts are not consistent length. In fact, I'm happy I found this out now, because the next episode is 2.5 hours long. And that was on a walkthrough, so... Oh boy. The feather... I think we're going the right way. So I'm actually sorry if there might be a cut in between this video. Oh, okay. Where is it? The scarecrow. I just need to find the bureau. Did I already drive past the bureau just because I didn't notice? Oh, there it is. Okay. But there isn't that much left of this episode. But I might chop this one in half. I don't know. But the next episode's gonna be long. It's gonna be a one beast of an act. You also walk like a robot. I don't quite know why you're a robot, but you know, guess I'll deal with it. Hello? I just noticed you do actually have gray skin. Weird that you can sing so well then. Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. Anywhere on the address? The results just came in by courier. Good news, Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had Rick cross-reference their results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make it stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can get your ride from that way, because I'm a piece of garbage. You're welcome to wait there. Wait here. I have to get back to packing. Okay. You going somewhere? I might. I'm feeling impulsive, and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. I still have one of my sculptures in the museum down there. Did you know? Big, ugly iron thing. Time to get it scrapped. Anyway, safe travels. Better stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks, and deep. And also, I'm pretty sure robots don't do very well with that stuff. So weird that you're a robot. How did I not notice that? Wait. That's what we're doing. How long do I have to wait? Oh, who knows? Alright, what happened? Do you? It's okay, you can tell. Doesn't matter anymore. Fine. So we're in the graveyard. Are we gonna... You're not gonna tell us, huh? Thank you. Lovely. I didn't want to know anyway, it's fine. Where the strangers came from. Okay. Oh, okay, so we're seeing it now. Oh, are we gonna play as them now? Because I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, we've already seen this. This can't be right. Looks like an old church. We'll look inside. Stay inside. Okay. Stay within. Blah blah blah. We'll make it quick. Then go to church. So what's in there? Was it horrible? Floor. Church is cold metal. Scuffed and fixed by unknown boot heels. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Also stranger. But you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but what did you find down there? When I saw Weaver, he was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through the channels and check the saturation. She was just there. It was kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared suddenly. Ran away, but we thought she was dead. Yeah, I guess I don't like to see it. Dead. But then the next time I flipped onto channel 2, Weaver. It's burned in my vision. She's standing in a room. The walls are blank, kind of grey. There's tape on the walls like markings. And desks. A classroom maybe? The camera's in the corner, so it's this sort of 45-degree angle into the room, and there's Weaver right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke. There was no real sound. Just this awful pump. I read the closed captions. She said to go for the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words whenever I try to get distracted. Fussy. Shannon coughs into her sleeve. It's so dusty here, right? Yeah. You think with all these holes in the ceiling. What the hell was that? Did you hear that? We shook. Okay, by the way, it did not take me that long. Maybe if I checked even if I checked all the gravestones, it did not take that long. The leg is blinking. Hello. Oh. Visitors. The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. Crackly drawl echoes in the room. He's patient. Sounds like it should be smiling. Doolittle. My regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. Guess you're here about the job. Afraid you only have one opening at the moment. Local business. Do you know how to get to the bureau? Certainly. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you. I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll take you over to meet the dispatcher. Show you the trucks. Get you familiarized. You can converse as you go. What is this place? What kind of factory? Maybe. Or for what? Why are you hidden away like this? What's that smell? Bread? Baking bread? Please, follow me. Why are we moving around? Oh boy. I can use that thing. I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is just for your safety. Adjust your outfits just a bit. There's some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. We don't wear glasses. So, that won't be an issue. Do us a favor and put on the headwear anyway, just this way. This episode has kind of lost me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not gonna stop. I'm still intrigued to see how this is gonna go. She's not taking off her shoes. Guess so. I guess Conway's already got a ghost leg, so. Oh, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's so perfect condition. Really like old electronics. Yeah, I've got it bad. That's why I get into this business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seems like such a shame to just let it fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave, XANADU. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How could you just let that fall apart? Guess it makes sense. Hello? More new arrivals this evening. What do I need to do? Got to relay the formula. What job are they with? I don't know what's been settled just yet. You see, sometimes we just take on newcomers already in debt to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do, chip away at their sum until it's all settled. That's what I'm doing here, chipping away. That's what we're all doing. I wish I knew what was going on. The shuttle? We're gonna drive around one of these? Use the fleet. Oh, we just used it to get around internally. How big is this place? Well, it's grown a great deal over the years. Incredible to think, really. When Mr. Bishop founded this operation, it was only about 1,800 square feet. Half of that more was occupied by camouflage to keep the law. Hiding out in the back is an old church purifying spirit by hand with fire, a kettle, and a brew. So the trucks are just east a ways, in shipping. You become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see anything that catches your eye. Always happy to show you off the facilities. Sublime machinery. Of course, we're meant to drive in it. Okay. We're not being driven around a facility by a skeleton guy. Well, I can't say I'm not digging this, but I just don't know what the heck is going on. So why are we going to shipping? Wait, can I leave here? Is that what we're meant to do? Shipping. Okay. Okay, why did we stop here? Or were we just showing them around the area? I'm guessing that's what we're doing. And how did this take this long, by the way? The kid was just talking, like, and then they came back out. Jesus. Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course. What kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove deliveries for an antique shop up until this last one. Huh. Precious cargo. You do just fine. And you can drive safely, can't you? I haven't any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. I've been driving all my life, for better or worse. I suppose that's all you must say. I like that. Never say more than must. It's boastful and ugly. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company and slow to anger, but if we're speaking confidentially, with all that lost product to get repaid, bourbon and glass dashed across the interstate, and a few casts too, I'm just thankful he had no next of kin. So let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Okay. Starts the truck and switches on the CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice coming from the dashboard speaker. 1020 on that load. Come back. Up in the Hummingbird Cave, 1012, City Kitty. Is this a good time, dispatch? We may have found Miguel's replacement. Oh, this is a good time, dispatch. We might have found Miguel's replacement, though you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again. Introduce yourself. Tell dispatch something here impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. 99 wheel holder. I gotta pay the water bill. So I'm certain they're calling back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? The wipers. Control the wipers. What does this have to do with anything? I don't get it. Rain drowned me. Sure, the wipers are fine. Of course, what else then? I don't know, the headlights. Headlights were fine, see? Things with the controls. That's important. Most of our product goes out at night. You never know when you run into daylight. Okay. Sleep in the day then? Sure. What? Look okay. Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We need some good strong folks in the shipping here, so you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit harder than knees in the back at your age, huh? Of course you'll have to unload the destination, but that's just the job. And some drivers like the extra shift stacking and loading here. Shouldn't really be doing any lifting these days. I see. Well, surely we can spare a dolly and carrying strap for your health and safety. There's like a lot of work around here. Woke up on a bald hay. It was too bright, his head hurt, the usual. The said and Ira argued loudly outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside in the shower and have some coffee to get to the job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job, they couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off and then send him packing. He said Charlie could do the job. Slept in the barn, shielding his eyes. Tried to say something reassuring, but just sort of stumbled around it. Lisette looked away. Ira just spat and went inside to wake Charlie. Ira was a stubborn man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again, and he didn't want to hear about the accident until months later. So what's next? Tires. Oh, sure, I know you want to kick the tires, that's the thing we do, isn't it? Because the knees could assert some kind of force those tires down the road. We're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't it that way, eh? Tires look fine. I'm sure it wasn't the tires that failed out dear McWell. We're quite sure. What kind of man was McWell? I want to know this. Conway sat in a dim room full of folding chairs. One ceiling, old smoke, someone read from a book. He drank coffee, as it is. He listened. He was just waiting for it to be over. A few others shared they spoke in abstraction-like program or action. Good orderly direction, spiritual but not religious, religious but not spiritual. All the things we tried. Then it was over. They clasped sweaty hands through a short prayer and then stepped back out of the room. Knew it was time to hit the bar. He started walking. These days were good to slow. It felt clarifying. Like walking meditation, the road ran by a creek for a while. He took an unforeseen detour where the creek and road parted. Following the edge of water, he skipped a few stones along, then stopped to consider an overturned boat. It's kind of serenity, that wandering and looking without purpose. He was coming to rely on those moments. What else can I show you? Radio, I guess. Truck's radio crackles back to life. Driver, come back. Oh, there's dispatch. Tell him about your experience. Tell him truck's in good shape. Truck looks good. Every inch of it dispatch likes. Blah, blah, blah. Dispatch got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. Back it down, prick your eyelids, driver. Come back then. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. 10-4. Got your ears on? Good. Listen to this. So, I think that went well. Let's head back up to logistics and seal the deal, eh? I've got one more thing to show you. I don't get what's going on. This one episode is taking over 1.5 hours. I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of confused, I guess is the way to put it. Let's head back upstairs, eh? I have one more thing to show you. But we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with a moldy computer. A black mold is drawn to whiskey. It feeds on alcohol. Ethanol fumes, you see? As we age, the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air. The angel ship. Goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up that mold, we can usually apply the pressure to cool and cold to it, squeeze the condensed angel, swear back into drinking the whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on the stuff. So we go down and scrape it off his equipment, just like any other place, of course. We kept sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid, truly paranoid. We now have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. We didn't have anything to do to his. We didn't do anything to his moldy computer. We just forgot the password. One of his assistants shared it with me. Dome in air. That'll get you going. I'm sure of it. So join me upstairs. So this is like an underground whiskey facility of some sort. I don't know. I guess it's up here. No, go up here. You don't mind. Oh, taking off the hats again? Maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. We're taking off the hats. So there's like this secret facility. Okay. Here it is. Beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know. What is it? Why, it's an adding machine. It's where we come for a daily ritual to calculate the day's interest payment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep it up. I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. Well, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. They make it special, mark the occasion. This is top of the shelf stuff. Now, single barrel. He doesn't. Down to the hatch. Venom Memoir More. Oh, so that's why they were looking at him, because he had to drink. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. We're not working for you. We have to get back to this. Or he has a delivery to make. What's this? Not working? We're turning down this opportunity? She's right. I have to make this. Oh, they're looking at us. I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. It's indicated this isn't top of the shelf stuff you're drinking. It isn't cheap. If it's not your first shift drink, well, there's a matter of this hour tour. Just now my time and experience are billed at quite a premium. Isn't that good for you, my friend? You're in quite deep. By my back of the envelope estimations, well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just the way of it. What's happening right now? You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs, of course. Which begins to compound immediately, but we'll go over the formula when we get there. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow then. What? So we're in debt to some sort of skeleton facility? Just because we drank a little whiskey? So, I guess we start in the morning. I'm confused. This is the way these things go, kid. Huh. That gives us still a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? So you're in debt to skeleton people? Well, there's the ferry. Hear that horn from here. There we are. Hi, boat. What? Is that a mammoth? Okay. We done? Oh, okay. Okay. That was a really long episode. I actually liked the part. I actually liked the episode. It's not that. I found it a bit confusing at the end. I kinda get it, but I don't quite get the whole skeleton thing. So I'm guessing it's some sort of underground, secret, illegal facility. Because they said they were hiding even from the government and stuff. And of course it's in the Zero, and a lot of the stuff in the Zero doesn't quite make sense. It isn't quite the same reality. So what they would consider normal in the Zero is probably not what we would consider normal up in the normal world. I still don't get why, what was her name? Junebug? Why she's a robot? I don't quite get that. But she definitely seems to be. She's gray. She can apparently sing very well, but she moves around and she makes gear noises when she walks around. And she also told us that basically she is a robot. So there's a lot of stuff not quite adding up. The next episode is gonna be... The next act is gonna be 2.5 hours long from what I saw from the walkthrough. And it's probably gonna be even longer with me talking over it. So I'm also gonna split this episode up. So if the last episode just cut off sort of suddenly, then that's because of this. I expected it to be able to finish this episode in just like 2 episodes, like I had with the last 2, but it's not consistent. The length of the acts are not consistent. I know of that now, and I'll take that in mind for the next time. But once again, we've only got 1 episode left before we have to wait for the last chapter. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.